What's up, everyone? My name is Quentin. You just caught me hopping out of the gym. As you can see, it actually snowed in Alabama. We actually had some pretty crazy snowstorms yesterday, and now it's finally starting to melt. But that's not why I'm here today. There's been some interesting things going on in the car community lately, and to be honest, I just want to talk about it. There's so many things going on, and to be honest with you, I feel bad for a lot of the new enthusiasts now. But we're going to get into the Miata. I'm going to talk about it. Alright, we're in the Miata now. Everything's all set up. Yeah, this car has actually been great since I...
Been easier to discover what you love.
Turn that on. Miata's actually been great since I did the transmission service. I've had no problems out of it at all ever since. It's actually been driving really good. It's one of the best things I've done to this car, really. But yeah, a lot of things have been going crazy when it comes to the auto industry. Like, a whole bunch of people are getting repoed now, and a lot of people are regretting their decisions from 2020 and 2021 and all that. Back when all the cars were like overpriced. I know I regretted it when I had that Civic SI last year. It's one of the reasons I got rid of it for that Corvette. But just things are going crazy. I really do feel bad for the younger car enthusiasts just getting into it now, because really, everything is overpriced. I mean, really. Like, my Civic, my daily driver, that car would have been a $2,000 car back in the day. But I bought that thing for $3,700, almost $4,000. Now, when I first started driving, I'm 27 now, a car like that would have been $2,000. And for like $4,000, $5,000, you'd be able to get one with a B-Series engine in it. That's literally how much people were charging for like SIs, like actual SIs. $5,000, $6,000. And now SIs are like 10K plus. That's crazy. Even ones are 10K plus. Don't even get me started on Miatas. Now this car, this Miata I'm driving right now, was the last car that I was able to buy before the pandemic hit. I bought it in February 2020, just when COVID was starting to make its rounds in China and Europe and all that. It was before it actually hit the US. And I was able to buy this thing for $1,500. $1,500 for an NA Miata. Pretty good condition. The paint was a lot better than what it is now. It had 155,000 miles. It's at 185. And only thing I had to do to it was replace the front hubs. Other than that, this car drove great from the start. And I was able to buy it for $1,500. Now, I digress. That wasn't the normal price for these things at the time. I actually got it from someone who kind of didn't know what they had. But even then, you're still able to get a Miata like this one for like $3,000. Imagine buying a Miata for $3,000. Really, imagine buying a car for $3,000. Because, you know, when I said that I bought this Civic for $3,700, well, guess what? That was probably the cheapest Civic I can find. I bought it from a coworker, and he took care of it. All the Civics and that price point are all clapped and automatics. So yeah, things have gotten crazy. I don't really know if there's any like enthusiast cars that aren't like clapped. Really, even like regular cars, it's hard to find any for around $2,000 or less. You really need about $5,000 to find a pretty decent car, and it's going to have like 200,000 miles by then. Things have just gotten crazy. Now, a lot of it is also the fault of the people who bought these new cars at inflated prices. buying these new cars for clout. Like when the C8 Corvette came out back in 2020, those things are $100,000. It was hard to get one for less than $100,000 because of the dealer markups. And guess what? They were everywhere. I really do feel bad for the people who bought the... Actually, I can't even say that. I'm laughing at the people who bought the C8 Corvettes brand new back in 2020. Because now they're just regular traffic cars. Everyone has a C8 Corvette. Even Z06s aren't even that rare. And now you can get a C8 Corvette for around less than $70,000. I'm starting to see them for less than 70. Meanwhile, you can go get you a C7. I actually found the cheapest C7 in a city about 10 miles away from where I live at now for $29,000. Meanwhile, C8 owners pay $100,000 for their car when they first came out. I think that's hilarious. But really, these clout chasers have ruined these cars. Like the Miata. The Miatas were really cheap, just like I said before. And now everyone wants $6,000 for a Miata with 300,000 miles, different colored body panels, drift missile. It is really crazy. I don't even want to talk about S-chassis cars. Now, those things are already pretty expensive already. Now, they're just pretty much unattainable. It is really crazy. Mustangs. Back in the day, in 2021, I bought an SN95 Mustang GT for $2,900. It had 200,000 miles, but it ran good, drove good, and I have not been able to find another SN95 or a new Edge for less than $6,000. And that's if you can even find one. Manuals are premium. It's crazy. It is really crazy how much these cars cost now. The average price of a new car is almost $50,000. I can't see myself paying that much for a car. $50,000. And typically, I like cars that are older anyway. So it's really going to be hard to find a car that's $50,000. It's the reason why Americans are in so much debt right now. They say the average, what's the name of that crap? The average amount that people are upside down in negative equity is $7,000 in negative equity on average. So now these people are buying cars that are almost $50,000. They're also adding $7,000 into their car payment. Civic SI. It is crazy. I feel bad for the people who pretty much got roped into these expensive car payments because they are really screwed, especially when the people in areas that are really expensive. Like right now, I live in one of the nicest areas in the state, but it's still inexpensive. I don't have any car payments, and I'm able to save. And I'm pretty sure if everything goes right, I should be able to get my first house or condo by the time I'm 30. I just became 27. But a lot of people are just stuck with these $600, $700 car payments, and it's draining them. A lot of repos have been going on as well. I was watching a YouTube video, and it was saying that there are on average around 5,000 repos every day. I don't know how true that is, but if that's true, that is absolutely amazing. I couldn't imagine having a repo on my record. Even when I had that Civic, the SI, that car was paid off every month. Matter of fact, it was ahead. I paid $1,000 every month on that car before I finally moved to my current area. And the payments were like $432 a month when it was supposed to be. Another thing that people are not considering when buying these cars is how expensive insurance is on them. People are paying $300, $400 a month on insurance. Even my Civic was $240 a month on insurance before I swapped companies and it became $150. This Miata right here is around $100 a month full coverage. My Civic is around $60 a month liability, and my Corvette is also around the same as the Miata. So I got two cars with full coverage and a car with liability for less than what people are paying for one car with full coverage. That's just crazy. That's another reason that you should just get yourself an older, cheaper car, because one of the reasons why car insurance is so expensive is because repair costs are so expensive. These cars have all these sensors and all this crazy stuff on their bumpers and all that it pretty much costs a fortune to repair, increasing your insurance rates. I actually talked about this during my last video with the Civic on why you should get yourself a cheaper, simpler car as your daily driver. And that is one of the biggest reasons. It's because insurance is a lot cheaper. It's really crazy. I really do feel bad for all the newer, younger enthusiasts. Heck, I'm screwed too. I wish I could have been around back then when a lot of these cars were cheaper. Because I'm 27, I'm Gen Z, and to be honest with you, I think millennials ate back in the day. Like, seriously. Miatas weren't that much. Freaking Civics were like super cheap. Mustangs were super cheap. I remember watching videos of people talking about Camaro SS's and C28s, the ones from the 2000s, the Catfishes, and the Trans Ams, being $5,000. You're getting a V8 car with a manual for $5,000. I can't really imagine anything costing that little with a V8, really. Like, even C4 Corvettes, pretty much one of the cheapest cars you can get with a V8. You're still finding manuals for like $8,000 or more, depending on the mileage. It is really crazy. I really do feel bad for the younger enthusiasts. Gen Alpha is pretty much screwed. I don't even know how much of these things are going to be left whenever Gen Alpha starts driving. That's going to be something more I wonder about. But man, things are just out of hand, really. A lot of people are not buying new cars anymore. A lot of dealerships, their cars are just sitting on the lot, being unsold. I know a few of our guys at the current dealership that I work at left because of the lack of customers. But it's really crazy. It really is. I'm kind of, to be honest with you, I'm not even going to lie, I am a little worried about what's going to happen in the future for dealers and all that. Like, even car quality has gone down in the last few years, really. Ford issues a new recall almost every month. You're hearing Toyotas with a lot of recalls. Honda's got a lot of recalls on their Civics because of fuel lines. A lot of cars are catching on fire because of these recalls. It's crazy. The automotive industry is in for a crazy ride this year. But I hope you guys enjoyed this little rant. Just me rambling on about my thoughts and everything that's going on. But I'm going to enjoy this Miata in the snow while I can. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like, share, and subscribe if you want to see more videos like this, and I'll bring them out to you. Have a good one.